flame goes out halfway, that predicts the task of extinguishing the fire. No one will die. But at this time, the flame burns forever until touched by firefighters' fingers. But still, does not stop. The firefighters looked at each other seriously, because it shows that the weather conditions in Fiji is very favorable for the fire to spread. The high to observe. Soon enough, the fire was discovered, covering the whole forest, rapidly heading towards the village. Expected within a few minutes, the fire will engulf the whole village. For now, their only path is to evacuate people from the village. But some stubborn people still refuse to leave their home. And using a water pipe, wetting the house, try to hide inside too, overcoming the danger. The captain told me not to mess with him anymore. Here, house cold not last more than 3 minutes, will be burned to the ground by the wildfire. The captain saved his 2 children, and the older man was abandoned and self-destruct. Hurry up, let's go. But when the villagers went up, vehicles preparing for the evacuation, rescue helicopter transmitted to show the only way out of village. If we want to drive away, it's too late. The captain decides to let the women, children boarding the helicopter first. But because the old helicopter met difficulty taking off, they can only drop the car down for everyone to climb to the wheels of the pickup truck to help children climb safely. Then let the women and children get into the car. But Fat Mom's feel this is too dangerous. Refuse to let 10 children get into the car. Calm down. Then she let her child go up. No, I promise you. The captain promised her. Even if it's your daughter today, he will also let his daughter get into T's car, because that might be the only way of life. After bringing everyone up, the pilot began to raise altitude slowly. But due to the limitation of gravity, the amount of the helicopter, they tried a few times, unable to take off. They are forced to reduce weight quickly. I don't go down. You're crazy. Who will plant children? My teammates will take care of that. No, I didn't get off. It's okay not to go down, but just sit here and wait for the fire come. The spectacular fire is getting louder and louder. The fire can spread at any time. An old woman is the first. Tien got out of the car. The other women in the car, away from their children in pain. One by one, they stepped down, in real danger. With me, of every moth. At the same time, visual range for Maxine Firefighter. Now, let him step on the accelerator hard and move forward. Help the helicopter slide up to take off. This time the last helicopter had taken off successfully. The final state. Everyone exhausts the cold season. But because the helicopter last hour, it stopped due to the up and down movement. Suddenly, it crashed into the ground. The captain tries to pull the joystick, but when the helicopter lifts, only into the forest in front of them. The children were hit hard by the branches. They closed their eyes tightly and screamed in fear. The adult on the ground held their breath, constantly crying. Fortunately, the helicopter was finally successfully solved. Overcome the edge of the forest. After a few hours of flight, the helicopter is about to pass, burned in the atmosphere. Looking in the thick smoke, the whole sky became blue. Seeing the frightened children screaming, Maxine went into the left compartment to get candy out to guide the children. The right hand, the rope that holds the cake in place, the car suddenly broke. The truck started for the island. The children screamed in panic. To ensure the safety of the children, the race is forced to find a gap to emergency landing in the fire zone. Maxine quickly got out of the car to check. Discovered that the axle had been broken. The rope could no longer be tied back. In an urgent situation, Maxine ordered the helicopter to land and quickly put the children on the helicopter. As the deputy had predicted, the difficulties right from takeoff. The enclosed tables and chase and fire extinguisher. Even the beloved guitar was up, then down. They tried to take off again, but still failed. In confusion, Maxim suddenly burst in. Maxim asked the strain and learned that here is a ton of fuel left. Discarded fuel. What? Dumping fuel? Are you crazy? What if you remember being burned? So what do you say to do? Pushing the kid down. So Maxim unscrewed the fuel tank cap, pour out any excess fuel. But here is also very dangerous. If gasoline touches the surrounding flames, the entire helicopter will be subjected to swallowing immediate guy. So Maxim hurriedly grabbed the fire container, spraying on the approaching fire. Running out, the helicopter tried to take off again, as if it continued to flow out. This time the flame was so red, but there is still a little more to escape, completely out of the danger zone. Maxim had nothing left to throw away, and finally he had to take it off his shoe. The children also got first, took off his clothes and threw them down. But it's still not enough. The fire was gradually approaching the gas puddle. In a critical situation, Maxim told the children to close their eyes, waiting for the miracle to happen. 1.23 Unexpectedly, a real miracle happened. The helicopter finally flew high. They must be one because they succeeded. But the kids realized Maxim is standing under a gas puddle. He looked at the helicopter that was slowly soaring down, happily waving to the children, and his youth forever stopped again at this great moment. The next, while the fire stopped meeting the gasoline, the flame broke out immediately. Burn everything on the ground. The parting of the rope told experienced seven more soldiers sacrificed a firefighter. Couldn't help but be moved under tears. At the same time, fire kept in the villagers about trough to forest to prepare to shore. The river avoids the fire from stopping. They gasped for breath as they climbed the mountain slope. From his perspective, they could see the house behind them, and the lived on the land turned into a sea of fire. Now their house is gone. The villagers hold up heritage. At the end of the day, say goodbye to your beloved. But because they are a little slow, missed the opportunity to escape. The flames brought the family. Everyone runs ahead. And the fire stopped following right behind. The forest only 300 men from the riverbank. A sudden strong wind came from behind. Fire from wings web canopy blowing forward. Clean trial. Everyone's heads burning the entire forest round immediate fire. They are surrounded by a sea of fire. Villagers fell into panic and even the captain of the rope told him, I don't know what to do. What to ensure safety for everyone at this time. At the moment, the captain glanced at Neil. Cable and come up with a plan, bold plan in his head. He brought a cable, decided to cross the sea of fire alone, find a path with less fire, come to the river and go out with flame. People will cling to the rope to get thrown. He told his teammate, after 2 minutes of not seeing fireworks, that is, you are in the middle of the rope. The captain put the cable on his shoulder. Took the spear, cover your nose to your mouth and don't hesitate. Afraid to walk into the sea of fire. We met behind start. 2 minutes. All knew how he was impatiently waiting for the results. The captain struggles to advance in the sea of fire by walking and clearing the road. A large tree fell all over him, but he didn't dare to stop. Continue to run forward. Half of the time has passed. The fire is gradually approaching the people. A person is knocked down by a tree. He did everything. He began to panic more. At this time, the captain saw that the front was blocked by the new. He was forced to take a guide to cut down the road. But unfortunately, trapped by ran. He wiped forward with all his might. Gloves and clothing up. He was caught. The family was burned by the fire in great pain. But he died not fixed. The one heart wants to find a way. Escape to teammate. he finally crossed the sea of fire to on the riverbank. Captain concluded, fell to the ground with a little bit of strength left. He pulled out his flares and shoot it into the sky, but unexpectedly, flash shoot out. It burned up right in the launcher. What's even worse is, in midst of the people in the silent fire wait anxiously. More than 2 minutes have passed. That means the ship has failed. The teammates took out the field. Fireproof footplate were only enough for half of the users. They did it. Chief gave up the opportunity living for women, but Tear is still a girl. Here are no fire stand. Shy firefighter, rookie. They not voluntary. Give up your fire legs to her. As the flames began to approach, a young man with legs, the fire wrapped around his wife, covered a ghastly body, ready to use the last bit of strength to protect their loved ones for the last time. Fortunat KY. Heaven is not out of the way of people. A shadow of a person who chooses his step out of the sea of fire is the captain who has returned. His whole body was picking fruit, but still determined to return. Teammates quickly ran over, put out the fire on him. The captain opened his burned hand, giving a flower on the shore. River for everyone. The immediate time understood what it meant. The firefighters leaped, led the villagers to run along, cable towards the river. One day down the river, in the end, they were safe, overcoming the danger. But at the last moment, the new teammates realized Tamtin is gone. When Tanbing returned, the captain had fainted on the ground. He was severely burned. Also, he inhaled a large amount of toxic fume. At his time, he was completely unconscious. Tanping tried to pull him away, but with a newbie past output, that's almost impossible. Tomorrow at that time, a rescue plane flew by, but the two of them were too small in the middle of the sea of fire, so the plane could not detect them. Tanbing pays attention to light on the captain's head. He thought about it, blew the helmet, and threw it into the sky. He tried to throw it several times. Finally attracted to attention of the high craft, and here are still people over here. Quickly lower the Altinia. The plane quickly lowers the Altinia, flying towards them. I'm being waited with open arms. Welcome home. Didn't know there was a... The plane extinguished the fire. The plane fired a large amount of water. Bing was knocked to the ground. Although the rescue method is quite strong, also really saved the lives of 2 people. Eventually, the villagers were saved. The captain and the soldiers are saved. The children have also walked. They have the plan Safaya. And fight too, in exchange for peace and hope for many people. Because as a firefighter, he knows his mission is to protect people and nature protection. His merit will last forever in our hearts. Every firefighter.
Enjoyed the video? Hit subscribe, drop a like, share with your crew, and let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let's talk movies.